Hello, I'm Josh.
I'm Ken.
This is Ken and Josh Go to the Movies.
Today we're going to review Southland Tales. It's from director Richard Kelly, who you might know from Donnie Darko, and it stars Dwayne Johnson, Seann William Scott, and Sarah Michelle Gellar. And
among many others, many celebrity guests.
It's a huge cast.
It's an all-star cast of nobodies, like Amy Poehler and Wallace Shawn and
I wouldn't call Wallace Shawn
John Lovitz.
But anyway, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it's basically set a year from now during the presidential campaigns, and everything has kind of gone downhill because there was a terrorist attack in America.
There's still a war going on. It's a police state.
Yeah, the government's kind of taken over, and so this film's about just a bunch of different people trying to stop this guy from being president.
It's really not about anything. Let me get this. There's no point to this movie at all. There is zero. It is just Richard Kelly just took a bunch of shit and threw it in a screenplay and tried to direct it and called it a movie. And there is no point. It's pointless. You're gonna walk out of the movie trying to get it like it's a puzzle or something. Like if you put all the pieces together, it'll make sense and there will be a point. There's not. There's no point to this movie. I understood it and I still hated it.
Josh hated Donnie Darko.
I did.
Just so we get out of the way.
We'll get it out of the way. I hated Donnie Darko also.
I loved Donnie Darko a lot, and I've actually been waiting for this movie for years. I really wanted to see this movie, and Josh is kind of right. It is kind of a disappointment. I wouldn't say it's pointless and horrible, but it's definitely deeply, deeply flawed. It's got too many characters and not quite enough's going on.
It is a chore to sit through. I kept looking at my watch. I did not want to be there. I did not ever want to see this movie again.
I think the tone was the problem. You couldn't tell if he wanted to be funny or serious. It's about the end of the world, and then he's cracking jokes. It's about
dumb jokes too.
Yeah, and then
Tim Stone commits suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
I mean, it was ambitious. It just got out of control.
It was a bad ambition, though. He's clearly just imitating a bunch of sources without rhyme or reason. He wants to be David Lynch. And he wants to be Philip K. Dick.
But there's nothing different about that than Julie Taymor imitating Tim Burton or
totally different
in Across the Universe.
We're not going to talk about Across the Universe in this review. Anyways, point is, it's just, it's a bunch of bullshit.
And it starts off like he has something to say, but then halfway through it becomes almost a remake of Donnie Darko. There's literally characters, or recreations of characters from Donnie Darko. There's time travel. It's not as good as I was hoping.
What this movie actually reminded me of more than anything was Gravity's Rainbow by Thomas Pynchon, which is a book, but it's a book that this author wrote while completely high, and it's 1,000 pages, and there's a million subplots, and it makes no sense, and it's complicated for no reason, and I hated that book, and I hated this movie. So maybe if you're a Pynchon fan, you'll enjoy it, but even then, probably not, because the tone is just so off, and the performances are just across the board pretty bad.
No, I disagree. I think some of them are... Well, they're all pretty much the best of their career for everyone involved, but
we're talking about The Rock and Seann William Scott here.
Well, I'd say they both have talent, just not great talent. Wallace Shawn, though, you didn't like him, but I thought he was good as that bizarre villain.
Not as good as the Princess Bride, though.
Obviously, but he's never going to beat that.
And John Lovitz was kind of cool. Justin Timberlake,
Yeah. Well, he's not really an actor. Mandy Moore.
But he's trying to be an actor.
She needs to stop.
I
give her the benefit of the doubt, but this has been one too many disasters.
The computer animation is all cut rate. He didn't have much of a budget.
You can't really hold that against him.
The score by Moby, annoying.
No, wasn't it? It was really atmospheric.
There were a couple good songs on the soundtrack, just like the last...
Wave of Mutilation. You have to like that.
Wave of Mutilation and 3 Days by Jane's Addiction, which, by the way, he quotes twice in the movie like it's some, profound song, and not just Perry Farrell going crazy.
He does that a lot in this movie. He takes something that has no real purpose or meaning, and he makes it seem like it's supposed to be the most important thing in the world.
There's nothing profound about it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep getting angry. Should we just show him our ratings?
I guess. As you can tell, there's a lot we have to say about this movie, so...
I'm so angry. Jesus
Maybe you should
Christ.
see it just to get your own opinion, but it's disappointing.
My rating is a brain cut in half with an axe.
My rating is a flying ice cream truck. Interesting, but ultimately pointless.
Not bad.
You get it to see the movie.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't go see Southland Tales. Seriously.
See it and think for yourself. It's not good, but it's worth discussing.
It's okay. I'm Josh.
I'm Ken.
This is Ken and Josh Go to the Movies.